again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Fans React Ipswich Buses Matchday full-time show. I'm your host, the Governor, and everyone is now leaving Portman Road. The traffic is building up. So if you don't want to see sitting in traffic after the game, either go by Ipswich Buses, contact us on all routes, or come over to us and enjoy the fun. I'm joined by the media mogul Matthew Phillips to break down a 0-0 at home to Oxford, a game that didn't really offer that many clear-cut chances to the boys in blue. Then we had some theatrics towards the end from the boys in black.
Gamesmanship, we're calling it.
Gamesmanship, yeah, that's one word you could call it, I suppose. But Matt, break it down for us. How do you think that game went tonight?
It kind of went how I thought it would pan out. You know, the previous two games, we've not beaten League Two opposition. We'd scored, you know, it was 1-1 with Oldham. It was 0-0 with Colchester. And it kind of panned out how I thought it was. It's really disappointing because I really felt we needed 3 points today.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're never going to break into the top six unless you start beating top six teams. And the point doesn't, well, points, Oxford would see that as a good away point, I think. But for us to pick up a point at home, not good enough.
Oxford absolutely will see it as a good away point because they keep you at arm's length, don't they, in the chase?
Yeah, they do, absolutely. I mean, top six is probably the position we're aiming for now.
Disgraceful, really.
Yeah, it is. With the budget and resources we've had in the summer. Yeah, it's not good. It's very underwhelming. We've said that a lot this season. But Oxford were a good team. They had an energy about them. I like how they broke, like as a counter-attack inside.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, we don't look like that when we on the rare occasions we counter-attack, it fizzles out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whereupon I always thought Oxford could maybe just snatch it, but another underwhelming performance, unfortunately.
Yeah, another underwhelming at home you know, obviously Portman Road. So the two best games according to Cook, Colchester and Newport, are safe for another day. Why was it an underwhelming performance? Why were we? I don't think we got out of first or second gear at all.
It seems, yeah, exactly. And you could say that about the Colchester game, and you could say that about nice bit of rain there, and you could say that about the Oldham game. I don't know. It's all got a bit pear-shaped since the 4-1. At Wickham. It's all got a bit since then.
We've petered a little bit.
Well, we've not found the net properly since, haven't we?
No, we haven't. No, obviously the first game since we're in the league, we've had Oldham, we've had Colchester.
Yeah. Still can't put back-to-back wins together, can we?
Still can't. No, we can't. And again, I sent you a message at half-time, didn't I, saying at what point will the midfield three finally wake up? And I know I've got huge question marks over Mawson Evans. I really have.
Yeah.
Particularly at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to feel it's been a bit downhill since for Moores. Since his debut in the Doncaster game where we won 6-0.
Peaked too early.
Yes, he peaked too early. And as Ben Moore was just saying to me, those two, Evans and Moores, always look about 2-3 tackles away from a yellow card.
Yeah. That's not a problem though for my midfield too. My issues stem from the fact that they never look like they're going to put 2 or 3 decent passes together in the right direction. You know?
Wonder what that was for a minute.
Of course she does. Poor old thing. The cruncher.
This guy.
Oh, he's not. You won't catch him at home games. You won't catch him at home games. Although he's not happy. He's not happy, and you can't really blame him.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone's happy particularly. It's another underwhelming performance. Who I didn't think was underwhelming was Bailey Clements, who had a really good day.
Great game.
I would probably give him. No one really stood out to be man of the match, so I'd probably give it to him in the fact that he showed a lot of energy, didn't he? First half, he had that youthful confidence to get forward, and has been again agreeing with me, saying he looked like he played 50 games, not first league appearance.
It was a really good performance from Bailey Clements. Really good. Actually, the whole back four, to be fair to them, stood out a little bit. They really performed well, stood up at tough at times, but we didn't find the net. I'll bring in said Cruncher actually and get his thoughts on the 90 today. Obviously not on the podcast tomorrow. So what do you make of it today?
Entertaining 0-0.
Really?
Oxford, good side.
Did you just pop along to this game afterwards?
No.
An entertaining 0-0.
It's all right. Interesting game.
Right. Tell me how it was an interesting game.
Well, you're always invested in it, Martin, weren't we? We ain't going to rock up here every week and roll teams over. Oxford are a very good side. You know, they've been top 6 the last 2 seasons.
Today.
I thought first half they were very good. Second half, for the 20 minutes, I thought we came into the game, played, and then it did peter out, didn't it, the last 15 minutes? And like as Big Dave says, they gamesmanship the last 5 to 10 minutes. But if the ref lets you get away with it, you're going to do it, ain't you?
He wasn't particularly great today.
The referee? Yeah. No, he was awful. But we can't keep blaming referees in this league. We know the standard of referees, Martin, don't we? We see it week in, week out, and It's just one of them things.
Got to
but-
start turning some performances in at home and getting some wins. You know, as Matt was saying rightly so, this is a result that will really suit Oxford down to the ground.
Yeah, good point for them. Better point for them than it is us.
Yeah, still chasing. It's another slip up in that chasing pack.
But I think that was a game earlier in the season. We'd have ended up losing that game. I think we probably would defensively. We'd have made an error somewhere along the line. And we'd have probably given a goal away. I thought we were good at the back today. I thought
We were very good at the
both
back.
teams
Yeah.
were tight defensively.
Let's talk about Paul Cook. Because for me, again today, not a great game from the manager. Let's decide down again.
In what respect?
Changes were ineffective. Changes were you've got all that talent on the bench.
They would have changed I'd have made.
And Joe Pickett again gets 2 minutes.
Definitely.
It's just, come on, this is not on. It's not on
would have
now.
put him on. I'd have given Bond 15-20 second half. He wasn't getting no change out of that.
He wasn't.
Was he? You know, you can't keep playing.
Why do we keep playing long to Bond? Because it's not a target, man. Like, if you want to play long, you should be playing Pickett in all due
Yeah, but I
respect.
feel
He's the
really
guy
sorry
to
for
win
him. I
it.
see him go warming up there when it said 89 minutes on the clock.
So did I.
And then he had his bib and he took his bib off and I thought,
That was almost a warm up to
bringing him
remind
on.
the manager you're still actually
you're bringing him on for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. The Louis Barry appearance.
It's not for me. Not for me. Give the lad a chance. Come on. Bond can't do it every week.
The
He's
thing
not going to
is-
score every week. He's not going to play well every week.
And he hasn't.
What's
He hasn't
Joe Pickett
really
doing?
played well for the last couple of weeks. To be all,
He's
in
been
all
off.
honesty.
What's Joe Pickett doing down here then, Martin, if you're not going to use him?
This is what I'm asking you.
He should be... Look, he'll play Tuesday, but it's Oldham in the Cup. Saturday we go to Sunderland. He'll be back on the bench.
He will.
You know, but you have to... It's a 0-0 at home to Oxford. Even if you bring Pickett on, you could have took Selena... You could have kept Bon on.
Yeah,
You could have took
absolutely.
Selena off 15, 20 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Try something different, but he won't do it, will
You've
he?
got to ask different questions in the game.
Won't
We
do
do
it.
not ask enough questions. That's my issue with it. You know, he brought a
True.
Luke on who wasn't
Ineffective.
effective at all. Wasn't in the game. Selena was hit, was missed. You know, he was, 1 minute he was looking really good. The next, his passes and touches were awful. You know, you've got Scott Fraser on the bench.
Yeah.
You've got options in which you can change. I just felt his changes today as the manager didn't affect the game. And then you bring on another striker almost as a...
Why do you bring it? What are you hoping
Well,
to
we-
achieve in 3 minutes?
I don't know.
I'd like to ask him that. What are you expecting him to do?
Yeah.
A lucky break? But that's all it is, Colin. But he came on. The 5 minutes of injury time, there was no flow, did they? Stop-start, laying down on the floor. You got cramp in your leg. What wound me up about the referee was when Matt Taylor was down. He was down injured, weren't he?
Yeah.
They played on. They had the ball.
Yeah.
Happy
They
to
put
play
it
on.
forward.
Happy to play on.
Yeah.
As soon as it goes back to us, the referee blows his whistle.
Oh, let's talk about that one then. In the first half, you got Burson Selena on the floor holding his head,
Yeah.
and they play on. He lets Oxford go on the
Yeah,
attack,
they did. Played on.
and then everything since then. I always thought it was a play on unless the player's holding his head. You know, why are we stopping play for a player holding his shin? Get up.
I don't know. But it was stop-start, wasn't it? That last 20 minutes.
It suited them. It suited them.
It did. They were happy with a draw, probably. But I thought defensively, Bailey Clements.
Yes, Matt Stanhope's not here, but
Don't worry, I've spoken to him.
you obviously heard the team news and you
Yeah.
were ducking and diving the pre-game show.
Back in the diving, we were driving in and I nearly crashed the
I
car.
bet you did. He had a really
Look, he
good
played
game.
really good. I thought, look,
You might need to see a doctor though, because you did say as long as you got old in your arse, he won't play a first-team game. So you
You did
might want to
actually-
see a doctor Monday
You
morning.
did actually say that Raheem Harper would be player of the year after 5 minutes.
guess you got
of
the pitch, he
preseason
might
friendly.
be.
So
He
there
might
you
be.
go. Let's
He gets on the
cancel that one out.
No, it's a good point.
I thought he
to
played
start
well.
on.
I thought Clements.
Midfield 2 again were poor. We're so easy to play against. You press us high, you force us long to Bond's head, you pick up the 50-50 from us. It's so easy.
Yeah, I thought Evans, I thought was poor.
Incredibly poor. So was Morsey. But you know, one of them's
Standard-
got to be a player that gets on the ball and
standard yellow.
looks to...
Standard yellow.
It was a good yellow, wasn't it? It was a good yellow.
Well, it's Connor Chaplin sold him short and he had to. Yeah, so that's 4. One more. And he's got a suspension.
Was it 4, is it?
Yeah, he's got 4. George Edmondson today,
It was a rock.
man of the match
Yeah,
by a
absolutely.
mile. I thought didn't miss a header, didn't miss a tackle. I thought Toto played well alongside him as well. You know, I thought the whole back 4 was solid. Walton, yeah, he had a good save first half, come and claim the balls, but obviously forward players, that was in the areas. Burns, poor game. Kyle
Incredibly
Edwards, again,
poor.
there's no end product. He's got all the skill in the world.
He's a young player putting all the tools into his toolbox.
Is he
Eventually
trying to-
he'll be a good
Is
player.
he trying
but
too
at
hard?
this moment he's not.
Is he trying too hard to impress a little bit?
Maybe.
I
He's a
don't
young
know.
player putting things together. Like when it clicks, it will click for him. But when it's going to be.
It's all there, but it's just at the minute. There's nothing at the end. And I think he got frustrated with himself in the end. Overrun the ball a couple of times out for a goal kick. And then he's probably waiting for the hook, isn't he? When he sees the subs coming, he's thinking...
Well, both him and Sneer looked at the bench.
I'm going off.
Then he gave it a little clap because he was excited to be staying on. But
yeah, he was poor today. I know he hit the post in the first half, but there was a few times, second half, obviously kicking towards this end, that he picked the wrong pass, didn't he? A couple of times. And a couple of times, slack on the ball. But
point gained or 2 dropped?
I would say point gained for Oxford, 2 dropped for Town. But look, it's a clean sheet. It is something to build on. We are looking more solid at the back. I will say that. But
you've got the handbrake on. You're going to be.
But it's now go to Sunderland. Well, Oldham in the week, go there and win. But Sunderland.
Boundary part for you.
Yeah, boundary part
Tuesday.
Can't wait. Yeah, take me overcoat, take me hat, take me scarf, take me gloves, take me snood. Cold up there, Colin.
Very cold up there.
But look, we had another good crowd, didn't we? Look
crowd.
out here. Marcus Evans was here for 12 years and he was a ticket man. Mark Ashton's been here 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you've got to eventually put a performance in when the crowds come, because you can only keep doing ticket promotions and the crowds coming and then underwhelming. But like if you were if you were a fan that didn't come regularly and you saw today's 90 minutes, I wouldn't be that impressed.
Were you bored then sitting there?
I was frustrated.
No, I thought it was
frustrated with my paint by numbers manager. I want some out of the box thinking.
You ain't going to get
somebody to sit there.
You ain't getting no out of the box thinking with Paul Cook. You know what he does. He does exactly what he says on the tin. What Barry said from Wigan,
which is what make a really good squad
Freddie
look consistently inconsistent.
Wow, that's your opinion.
League positions don't lie at this point.
But the league position at the minute is irrelevant because it's where you finish at the end of the season that counts, not in November. And I know we're disappointed that we didn't win in that, but that's the first game we haven't scored in the league.
Yeah,
today. So, but sometimes you have to say the opposition, they're a good side.
They are a good side.
It's 2 teams in the game.
They weren't good today for my money. They were there for the taking.
I thought they were good first half. I thought second half we come out after half time and I thought we're going to get a goal here. And then it just petered away into sort of the last 15 minutes. Nothing really happening.
I always think we come out a bit flat at half time though.
I didn't think we did today. I do agree with that. Sometimes we come out flat. I thought we started the second half actually quite well. But it's the end of the game. We've gone away. It's a bit. Them last 15, 20 minutes, you want to be pushing, don't you? And it was nothing really happening. No, we didn't look like we were going to score, did we? Then it sort of went to. You think keep the back door shut because we don't want to lose the game, do we? So it's a point. It's 2 dropped, and we go again.
All right. We bring in Simpson spiders for all your spider needs. Tarantula needs. Fucking tarantula spiders, the same thing, isn't it?
I'm going to have to disagree with quite a lot of what Cruncher said there, I'm afraid.
All right, break it down. Why?
I don't get this. How many more times does an Oxford player need to fall on the floor when we're attacking before the referee goes, maybe they're cheating? He says it's gamesmanship. I disagree. It's poor games. It's cheating. It is cheating. I thought they were dirty. There was a lot of diving going on their side. They'd obviously come here to play that kind of game, and fans were right. Boring Oxford.
But in the respect, then the fans were singing that after the game and during the game. But in respect, there is a bit of gamesmanship, because it's down to the referee, is it not, to get a hold of it?
And what a poor referee it was again. I was going to swear in, but I held it back. But what a poor referee it was. Is
he the reason why we didn't ask as many questions as perhaps we should have done, though? Do you walk out there tonight thinking that we left all on the pitch and we asked as many questions as we possibly could from the players?
We didn't, definitely not. I do agree we should have got Piggott on sooner. That was a complete waste of time. But we know he's never going to play the 2 up front. We were too slow going forward, whereas they were quick on the counter-attack. I don't understand all this tippy-tappy football going from side to side. We've only just started doing that, I think, in the last sort of 6 or 7 games. We didn't start off doing it. Now we're just backwards and forwards across the park. I don't get it. We need forward, balls in the box. For me, Edwards was a weak link. We should have took him off at half time at least. He reminded me a bit of Gus Ullenbeek of old. Loads of skill, running down the wing, gets to the end, either puts it out or no cross at all. It's really frustrating to watch.
Sam Morsey, Lee Evans, how did they do for you in the midfield there?
I thought they played really well today. A little bit slow to begin with, and Oxford were winning everything, certainly in the first half. But Morsey really impressed me.
Morsey really impressed you?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I thought he had a really good game today.
How about Evans then?
Yeah, he was all right. Yeah.
Do you feel they asked
his
enough?
corners have picked up a bit now. He's beaten the first man at least.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And Christian Wharton got a lot of praise there from the Cruncher. Did you?
Yeah,
he
had a good game.
didn't agree with him when he said he played well. He went,
No,
I don't agree with
he
that.
had a good game. He made a couple of crucial saves. I think Oxford did have a good. They were good in the first half, but in the second half they definitely came out to purposely slow the game down, and I think they've done it by cheating.
Okay, fair enough. That is obviously your opinion.
It is
Dave.
my opinion. Yep.
Give yourself a quick plug while I bring Josh in. Go on, very quickly.
I'm a little bit disappointed that no Ipswich fans have come forward wanting a tarantula yet. They're a good pet. They're a good pet. If you've got kids and a bit scientific, something interesting to get into,
get them a budgie.
Let me know. No, don't get them a budgie. Get them a tarantula.
No,
They're fantastic pets. Simpson spiders.
Yeah. Find them on Facebook. Dave, as always, a real pleasure, my man. Look after yourself. Josh, what are guys and girls at home saying?
Talking about, there's chats about Cook as well, knowing game management again, which I'd agree with. They're not happy with the Piggott sub either. I feel that left that too late again, which is not wrong in my opinion. Mike's in the chat, and he went, obviously, Mike is the one that's saying about Cook with no game management.
How did you see it?
He agreed
with
that
the
Clements
game
had a good game, no?
Well, he was the one moaning before the game about Bailey
And-
Clements,
Yeah,
so it's
and
nice
then
to hear him, coming
Matt
round
Stannard
full
asked him if
circle.
he had a good game, and he agreed. So,
How did you see it though, Josh?
it was end to end. I mean, it was entertaining for a 0-0 draw.
Do you think?
It was.
What are you entertained?
It wasn't the most boring 0-0 I've seen.
Well, no, that's true.
I've
The
seen
quality was there.
worse 0-0 games.
Well, I have as well. Doesn't mean it was a good 0-0.
No, yeah, but it wasn't the most boring 0-0.
Piggott for 3 minutes at the end.
Yeah, no, that's a joke. That you have to feel for the lad because he's getting no game time, and then you bring him on 3 minutes at the end. Like, it's pointless. You need to make that earlier.
Yeah.
If you change.
But why aren't we making that substitution earlier?
It's because Cook's too stubborn, and he thinks his system works and one up front works, but
All right.
today it just didn't. And
So if I asked you how they were feeling at home, was it frustrated, happy with a point, or was it 1 point gained or 2 points dropped?
well, Stephen Parry's still positive. Most people
Not a
saying
surprise from Parry. He has to be positive.
most people saying it's 2 points dropped though.
2 points dropped. 2 points dropped, Colin?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I don't think, Martin. I think. I think in the great scheme of things, I think that was probably a point gain in my opinion because in the first half, I hate to admit it, but I've got to admit I think Oxford were by far the better side up until half time, and I think Cook would have been the more happier of the manager going in 0-0. Oxford pressed really well, and they had lots of chances. I thought Walton made a couple of good saves.
He did.
And like I say, we went in 0-0, and I think we was quite happy with that. I think, like Rich said, I think we came out not too bad. I think we played okay in the second half without going over the top by saying we was fantastic. We was a lot better than we was in the first half. There's no way in the world we deserve to lose the game, and I agree with what Big Dave said a little while ago about Oxford. I remember Wickham. I think it was Wickham doing a similar thing about a couple of years ago down here. And if those Oxford supporters are spending, I know more or less 70, 80, 90, up to 100 quid for a day out to watch that lot, good luck to them. Especially
Got
on
a question coming in on
Colin,
Colin.
it's a question for you actually, Martin. Graham Gunn has asked if you believe in Cook's system.
Do I believe in Cook's system? Good question. Do I believe in Paul Cook's system? What do you think the answer to that is, Colin?
probably no.
It is a no.
Yeah, I think
When it works really
Yeah,
well. But when it
I
doesn't,
agree.
I don't think he's got something to fall back on.
I do. I get that. I think what Paul has got to start getting is that, like in a game like today when it's tight, it's a horrible old afternoon. It's like they're throwing themselves down on the floor and everything. You've got a seasoned goal scorer on the bench.
Yeah, you've got to bring
Come
him
on,
haven't you?
give him 25.
Yeah, you've absolutely got to do that.
And change your formation and go 3-5-2, or that's what I'd do personally. Go 3-5-2, and go for it. Go for the win.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. But
Bye-bye.
we will be back tomorrow.
I think that's terrible for Piggott. I really do. I just think that's terrible for that man. I really do. I feel for him. I really do, Gov. I feel for that lad.
I agree.
What he's been through and having the old saying is, when you're going to put a player on for like 2 or 3 minutes like he did today, it's better not to put him on at all.
Yeah, I agree. I'll tell you what though, Colin, I'm not a goldfish, so I'm going to wrap up the show right this minute. We're back tomorrow live, 1:30, myself, Kate Riley, and the media mogul, Matt Phillips. Don't forget you can support us on Ko-Fi or through YouTube Super Chats, but it's finished 0-0 here. This has been your Fans React Ipswich Buses show. Josh, you can end the broadcast whenever you like, my man. We're back live tomorrow. See you then. Good luck with care.
Bye. I'm going to get myself in the warm.